6 a.m., the alarm goes off. I roll out of bed, head to the bathroom, put on my gym clothes, and sit down to meditate. I've done this so many times before that it has become automatic, practically second nature to me. 6:30 a.m., I'm out the door for my 5-minute commute to the gym. I park in the same spot, put on my headphones, and start working out just 8 minutes after leaving my house. Efficiency at its finest. 7:15 a.m., I'm in my 2016 Ford Fusion, cruising back to my house to continue with my daily warm-up schedule. 7:30 a.m., the shower is running cold, coffee is brewing, and I take a moment to say good morning to my partner Kate and our dog Storm since they were both still snoozing when I got up earlier. 7:55 a.m., I walk down the hallway to my office where I open the blinds and am greeted by the rising sunshine coming from the east as it rises over the rolling hills on the outskirts of Austin, Texas. This serves as a visual reminder to be grateful to be alive. 8 a.m., I pull out my journal to do my normal one full page self check in. I don't have any expectations from this practice other than to document, share, and explore thoughts, ideas, or emotions that show up on the page. It's important that I do this now before I dive into work mode. 8:15 a.m., I open up the laptop, create a short and concise to-do list for my day, put on some lo-fi beats music, and instantly I'm able to access flow. I tune out the rest of the world so I can focus. The entire morning has been mentally preparing me, physically, spiritually, priming myself for this moment when my working day begins. The phone is on do not disturb. I'm not checking texts, emails, or answering phone calls. I feel unstoppable during this focus block. 11 a.m., I lift up my head from the work, walk to the kitchen, grab the egg carton that was delivered by Amazon Fresh the day before. I've outsourced grocery shopping to create more time for myself. Cook up 6 eggs, check my phone for any urgent matters, and use the time as a mental reset after being fully engaged for the last 3 hours. My mind needs the break. 11:20 a.m., I'm back at my desk, and now it's time to start my full-time job. Fortunately for me, working Pacific time hours while living in Central time has given me 2 extra hours in the morning to focus on my personal business. I dedicate the next 3 hours to tackling the most important tasks on my to-do list. Projects are completed, meetings are held, and emails are responded to. I'm constantly asking myself, what is the priority? What can be postponed? Can my team's chat wait, or does it require my immediate response? I recognize that if I do not set boundaries for myself, I will never be able to complete my work. 2:30 p.m. I'm ready for lunch. Heat up 8 ounces of ground beef and a cup of rice, the same meal that I've had almost daily for longer than I can remember. Meal prepping and eating the same meal has allowed me to fuel myself without missing a beat. It's easy, efficient, and I don't mind eating it daily because I know it is healthy and never leaves me feeling sluggish. 2:50 p.m., I take Storm, our unique Siberian Husky, for a 15-minute walk around the neighborhood. Not only does she need the walk, but I also need a brief moment to reset my brain by getting outside. I use the walk as a moving meditation and check in with myself on how the day is going and how I feel. 3:10 p.m., I'm back at the keyboard working on the day's tasks. A few more calls, emails, and loose ends to tie up, and then I'm done for the day. 6:15 p.m., I have a weekly call with my mom and dad to check in and see how they're doing. My mom shares all the small moments I've missed out on over the past week. Some shots are directly fired at my dad, and he shakes his head and takes them. Happy wife, happy life is his rebuttal. 7 p.m., I walk into the kitchen to find Kate has already taken the initiative to whip up dinner. Tonight's menu is pasta with goat cheese and prosciutto. She has a way of cooking and can make any ingredients feel like you're eating at a 5-star restaurant. We catch up on the day, share something we learned, and find a couple laughs in between. 7:45 p.m., I walk out to the garage for my every other night cold plunge routine. 42-degree weather for 3 minutes straight. 42-degree water for 3 minutes straight. This has become such a great way to shift gears out of work mode and into relax and recover mode after a busy day. It also has been incredible for overall recovery for my physical health. There's no doubt about it. I've become mentally stronger and more comfortable with sitting in discomfort because of it. 8 p.m., I'm in a toasty warm shower, then getting into comfy, cozy evening clothes. 8:15 p.m., we toss on The Office and binge 3 episodes. I don't know why it took me so long to finally discover how amazing the series is. Watching TV at the end of the day is our guilty pleasure and our reward for showing up and doing what we needed to do for the past 24 hours. It's one way we celebrate the small wins from that day. At the same time, our 8 sleep mattress begins cooling the bed so that it is ready for us as we get closer to bedtime. 9:30 p.m., I make sure all the doors are locked, turn off the lights, run through my personal hygiene routine. At 29 years young, I'm laughing at how long this process has become. Brush the teeth, floss the teeth, swish the mouthwash, use the tongue scraper, and finally deploy the night guard. Health is wealth, so they say. 9:50 p.m., lights are out. The day is over, and I have successfully maximized every minute of the day. It is time to rest and recharge myself before we start back up at square one tomorrow at 6 a.m. I fall asleep within minutes. I promise my life has not always been that structured. If I'm being completely honest, I started to become very efficient at time management and designing my day when I was a full-time Uber driver. The beauty of driving the platform was that you could work whenever you wanted for however long you wanted. All you had to do was click on via the Uber Drive app, and you could start making money. When you were done, you clicked off and you could take days, weeks, or even months off if you chose to. No boss would call to check in and see where you were. Because of this, I started to become hyper aware of how I was spending my time. I began to assign a monetary value to everything that I did because I started to pay attention to the opportunity cost. For those who didn't pay attention to in economics class in high school, opportunity cost is the potential gain that is lost when one alternative is chosen over others. For example, if I was invited to grab coffee with a friend, it wouldn't just cost me $5 for the coffee. Driving to meet them took 20 minutes. Spending time with them took 60 minutes. Driving back took another 20 minutes. That's 100 minutes that I could have spent driving for Uber, which would have earned me roughly 50 to 60 bucks. So in addition to the $5 I spent on coffee, meeting up with them would have cost me $55 to $65. This made me extremely conscious of who and what was taking up my time. I was early on in my creative career and I had so much to do and prove that I couldn't waste any of my resources carelessly. Fast forward to today, and I still operate the same way. I view every minute of the day as an opportunity to improve my life. Depending on the time of the day or the day of the week, the focus on what I'm trying to improve may vary, but I'm still doing my best to make use of my time from Monday through Sunday. The best way that I do this is by planning out my day in advance so I know when to do what. Instead of letting my day control me, I control my day. I identify what's most important, schedule it into my day, and follow the custom built schedule I've made for myself each and every day. This approach has helped me find joy in repetition because it holds me accountable. I don't need to find the motivation to go to the gym. I just do it at 6:30 a.m. every day. I don't waste time and energy trying to decide what I want for lunch. I eat the same meal every day. I don't feel the need to work late into the evening, even if the to-do list seems never ending. I close my laptop at 7 p.m. consistently. My life is predictable, simple, and consistent. And that's what helps me achieve the best results in the shortest period of time for both my personal and work life. Because you lack structure in your day, you are likely not prioritizing your well being on a consistent basis, wasting time during the day, unclear on what to do next, easily distracted by all the wrong things, neglecting a few or many areas of your life that are important to you, falling off track of your goals often and struggling to regain the momentum, constantly searching for motivation throughout the day instead of just taking action. Does this sound familiar at all? If so, you're not alone. So do not beat yourself up if that is you. In fact, if you're reading or hearing this right now, it is a great sign that you are aware that something needs to change. If that weren't the case, you wouldn't have made it this far into the newsletter or podcast. So the $1,000,000 question, what exactly needs to change? You need to take control over your day, to get back in the driver's seat, to grab the wheel and navigate how you're spending your time. You need to eliminate that urge to hit the snooze button in the morning. You need to cut back on scrolling on social media. You need to stop saying yes to things that are pulling you off track. You need to steer clear of decisions that are leading you to burnout. So, how does one create a minute by minute schedule for themselves, similar to how I described my day earlier? By breaking your day up into 4 parts: warm up, morning, afternoon, and evening. From there, you can expand and dial in your day down to the minute. If you're looking to structure your day effectively, then use my Design Your Day framework. Step 1, create your daily warm-up. Identify the habits that you would like to complete first thing every morning that will prioritize your mental, physical, and spiritual health. This will help prime yourself for the day ahead so that by the time you sit down to work, the battery within you is charged and at 100%. For me, my daily warm-up consists of a 50-minute workout, a 20-minute meditation, a full page of journaling, and eating a healthy breakfast. I'm a big believer in the philosophy, you win the morning, you win the day. And this helps me to do just that by prioritizing my personal well-being first thing so I can create momentum for the day ahead. Just because I've identified my warm-up doesn't make it easy to follow through on an everyday basis. There are still those moments of resistance, but I push through knowing how beneficial it will be for me to show up. I have felt and seen the difference. Step 2, morning focus, your primary tasks. Identify primary tasks that need your undivided attention. There are certain tasks and responsibilities only you as an entrepreneur can complete. These are likely the tasks that you want to focus on during the morning. For me, some of my primary tasks include writing, big picture brainstorming, product ideation, focus and deep work, and important revenue driving tasks like brand partnerships. I focus on these tasks during my morning because it's when I am most clear, energized, and creative. Research shows that humans can only focus 4 to 5 hours a day. Therefore, I want to make sure that I am using this limited daily resource on tasks that are most important in my business. You too should do the same. Step 3, afternoon focus, secondary tasks. This is a time of day that you focus on tasks that may not move the needle as much as your primary tasks, but are still important and necessary. These are likely tasks that include internal or external people or are tedious, time-consuming tasks. For me, some of these secondary tasks include responding to calls, emails, or texts, external meetings, personal appointments, or client calls. It's not that these tasks aren't important because they are. They are better prioritized in the back half of the day rather than the first half. Step 4, evening focus, recharge. After closing up work for the day, it is time to switch off work mode completely. This is the time of day that you get to prioritize other areas of your life and that are equally as important as your career. For me, some of these activities might be family catch-up, hobbies or passion projects, community event or experiences, and guilt-free entertainment. This doesn't mean that each evening you need to be out and about. It just encourages you to step away from work and focus on other aspects of your life that can often be neglected. This will also give your mind a moment to let your unconscious process the day and prepare you for tomorrow. Structure your day quotes. First one, schedules are meant to help, not hinder. Create them with your lifestyle in mind. Number 2, every day of our lives, we are on the verge of making those slight changes that would make all the difference. Number 3, it's so freeing when you can fit things into your life rather than fitting your life around your choices. Number 4, if you have good habits, time becomes your ally. All you need is patience. If you're ready to take action on structuring your day, I have a free resource that is going to help you tremendously, which has helped over 2,000 students. Master Your Minute is a 4-day video course that comes with a custom digital workbook for you to write in. By completing the course, you'll walk away with 1, identifying monthly, weekly, and daily tasks that will transform your physical, mental, and financial well-being. 2, a custom schedule that creates clarity, consistency, and balance and enables you to make progress and removes the overwhelm of what to do next. Number 3, setting boundaries that remove your toxic tendencies and say yes to the things that set you up to thrive. Number 4, waking up rested, restored, and stoked for the day ahead. Number 5, a step-by-step plan to swap out unhealthy dopamine hits and create a lifestyle you've always wanted. And number 6, condensing 5 days of work into one without neglecting your well-being. All it takes is just 20 minutes per day. If you're interested in signing up, head over to bobbyhobert.com/MYM video course or click the link in my bio. Once again, that's bobbyhobert.com/MYM video course. I will have that linked up in the description below. Question from the community. Sam, where should I start setting boundaries? The perfect place to start with setting boundaries is by asking yourself who and what is consuming your time, energy, and attention daily that maybe shouldn't be. So, are you saying yes to things because you're a people pleaser and feel bad saying no? This is a great opportunity for you to establish a boundary and decline the plans. Instead, you can use that time to prioritize something that is important to you. Do you wake up each morning and immediately start scrolling on social media? How about not checking your phone for the first 60 minutes a day and see how differently you feel when you prioritize yourself first thing every morning? Are you responding to emails late into the night? Choose a specific time to stop working and experience how it feels to completely switch off from work at the end of the day. Creating boundaries is a way for you to cultivate more internal peace in your life. It's a way for you to protect your time. It's a way for you to design a life where you are only engaged in activities that excite and give you the most energy. Embrace and utilize boundaries because they are beneficial to you. You need to be self-focused and ask yourself what you need, because if you don't, nobody else will. Challenge for you. Within the next 24 hours, I really encourage you to sign up for my Master Your Minute video course. This is the best initial step for you to learn how to structure your day, and it will be helpful, especially if you're super inspired and a lot of what we talked about today really hit home. It's also completely free, so you have absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain by just signing up. So head over to bobbyhobert.com/MYM video course to get started today. We are less than 30 days away from 2024. So start now to maximize how you spend your time immediately. The best ways to support this show. If you enjoyed this episode, please take a moment, screenshot this episode on whatever platform you're listening in on, post it to your IG story, tag me at Bobby, that's B-O, 3 B's, 4 A's and a Y. Share it out with your friends, your community. Let them know what you loved about this episode. It really does help the growth of the show. So please do that. It really means a lot. If you are listening on Spotify, we currently have 131 reviews. If you have not rated us, please go do so. We're at a 4.9 rating. Let's get that to a full 5. If you are listening on iTunes, we are currently at 95 reviews and a 4.8 rating. So please subscribe or leave a review on either of those platforms if you have not done so already. Thank you for tuning in. We will see you next time. It's the Bearded Man Podcast.